Since the 1980s, flying faster for cheaper has always been a dream. During that time, the Concorde has been touted as a plane that would dominate the next century. Usually, a normal plane would take around 7 hours to fly from New York to London. The Concorde would only take 3.5 hours using the same flight path. However, the Concorde had a ton of problems. The fuel used by the aircraft was expensive and limited the range. It was also very noisy, and it was disturbing the citizens whenever it flew by. Aside from this, it was said that the Concorde was also destroying the ozone layer. Because of all these problems, there was a steep decline in the hope for supersonic flight. However, what if I told you of a new supersonic plane that is currently in the works? Let me present to you Tesla's supersonic vertical takeoff and landing jet. This jet is something that has been nagging behind Elon Musk's mind for years, as he always dreamed of building one for years. This video will showcase how Tesla will change the airline industry forever. Welcome to the Bulls and Bears channel. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. Now let's go back to the video. We've recently seen a very fast transition to using electric vehicles. EVs are cheaper to maintain, quicker in speed, and have more bang for your buck when compared to internal combustion engines. However, when we look at planes, we have never even seen a hint of a transition to electric planes even begin. This is mostly due to the limitations of the energy density in current batteries. Right now, batteries cannot fuel a plane during an entire flight. We are still at the point where a single charge is not enough for long-distance travel, even with electronic vehicles. However, Tesla is planning to release a battery that has a lot more density than lithium-ion batteries. Most battery experts will state that 400 watt-hours per kilogram are the point where batteries are dense enough to allow vertical takeoff and landing for airplanes. VTOL, or vertical takeoff and landing, is precisely what it looks and sounds like. It is the capability of flying an aircraft straight up and landing it similar to that of a drone. This particular technology is utilized by military aircraft and is extremely useful for environments without space for horizontal takeoff. Elon Musk stated in one of his interviews that a 400 watt-hours per kilogram battery with a high life cycle and produces volume is within technology's reach and will most likely happen in the span of 3 to 4 years. He is also ready with his design for a VTOL jet and is ready to make one as soon as the battery density that he has stated is ready. As already covered at the start of this video, Concorde has failed in its mainstream efforts due to 3 key reasons: expensive fuel, a very noisy plane, and the damage that it has on the ozone layer. Tesla's plan for its electric aircraft would make these issues obsolete. This is due to the fact that electricity is much cheaper than fuel. Also, as the current electric vehicles have shown, they are much quieter when compared to their vehicle counterparts that run on engines. There have been serious debates about adding fake engine sounds as a requirement on all electric cars because it's too quiet. I would think that a lot of people would be happier if they don't hear a lot of noise during their flight. Also, there would not be much damage to the ozone layer because the plane would be running on electricity instead of fuel. All of these elements make perfect sense when you look at electric planes from the perspectives that I have stated. In gas-powered planes, the higher you get, the plane itself gets less and less efficient. However, with electric planes, the higher you get, the plane itself gets more and more efficient. Elon Musk explained in one of his videos that because of some sort of fixed aperture and air scoop, a combustion aircraft gets less and less efficient as it goes higher. Since electric aircraft becomes more efficient in higher altitudes, this will allow for extremely fast supersonic speeds. With every foot that is climbed, the air becomes thinner and thinner, which would create less air resistance for the aircraft. Elon Musk said in an interview that you have to find the proper amount of air to operate efficiently in gas-powered planes. However, this doesn't apply when it comes to electric airplanes. When an electric airplane travels higher, there is less resistance on the plane, which allows it to move faster. This is the main reason why it's much faster to fly in space than in the atmosphere. This is how Elon explained this concept while proposing his Hyperloop project, a project that hopes to create a supersonic train built inside a tunnel. Measuring the speed of how fast an electric plane would go is very difficult because the technology is in the early stages of development in terms of miles per hour. Rolls-Royce has been trying to develop an electric plane that could fly up to speeds of 300 miles an hour, but Tesla could easily beat it because of Tesla's far superior battery technology and design. When new technology enters the playing field, the more established companies usually make a choice. Do they adapt and go all in on the new technology? Or do they stick to the processes and procedures that they've been implementing for years? Usually, the more established companies in various industries would choose the second option, which makes them obsolete. A great example of this is Nokia and Blockbuster. Knowing this fact would show us that Boeing and Airbus would have to adapt, or else risk becoming obsolete in their own industries. Elon believes that companies have currently become risk-averse, and this fact is understandable given the current circumstances. Sticking to your own processes and procedures makes sense until new technology comes along that would disrupt your industry. At the end of the day, an electric plane really makes a ton of sense when batteries are dense enough to support supersonic flight. You should also consider that Tesla's objective has always been to intensify the world's efforts towards sustainable energy. In order to aid this process, the airline industry must also change. I would like to know your thoughts about Tesla's current project regarding the VTOL jet. Do you think that it will be a success? Do you think that Boeing and Airbus will adopt the same technology to stay ahead of the game? Or do you think that Tesla will beat Boeing and Airbus with its groundbreaking VTOL jet? Let me know by commenting below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell to be updated on our new videos. And don't forget to give us a like if you want more videos similar to this one. See you in our next video!